In this video, we are going to learn about the PHP introduction. What is PHP? Why PHP is so popular? And what all advantages would we get if we use PHP in our project? And many more things that one should know about PHP. So starting with what is PHP? PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. Now, PHP is a web-based language, meaning it was mainly invented to develop web applications. That's why PHP can easily integrate with front-end languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You might have noticed that when we create a PHP file, we are able to include HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code in that file. So that's why it becomes much easier for a programmer to create any website using PHP. PHP is a widely used open source language. Today, many websites that we have uses PHP as their server-side language. And one of the main reasons for this is it is open source. Means you don't have to pay anything if you want to use PHP. It is completely free. You can download it from its official website. PHP scripts are executed on the server. Now, since PHP is a server-side language, all the code that is written in PHP is executed on the server. Now, mainly there are two types of languages that are involved in building a web application: client-side languages and server-side language. Client-side languages are usually concerned with the front end, with the user interface of the website. And server-side languages are usually concerned with the server. They are used to interact with the server so that we can fetch out some data, insert some data in the server, update some data, and do multiple operations with the server. PHP is free to download and use. Anybody can use it. Now, what is a PHP file? PHP files contain text, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP code. It is very easy to make a PHP file. You just have to use .php extension, and then you can write HTML as well, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP, whatever you want to write. PHP code is executed on the server and the result is returned to the browser as plain HTML. HTML is used to display the data. So whatever operation has been performed on the server side, we get to see the result on the browser due to HTML. What can PHP do? Now, PHP can generate dynamic page content. Dynamic page content means fetching dynamic data from the server. Now, since PHP is a server-side language, it can easily interact with the database server. PHP can create, open, read, write, delete, and close files on the server, so it can perform multiple operations. PHP can collect form data. Now, let's understand this statement using one very common example. Let's say I'm going to a website called facebook.com for the very first time. So the first step that I have to do is to register myself. Then only I would be able to use it. So I get the form in which I have to fill all my details: my name, surname, email ID, mobile number, gender, date of birth, and some more uh, data. As soon as I click on the submit button, all that data is fetched and then inserted into the database or maybe used for other operations. So how this has happened? So basically there is a form at the backend which is used to collect the user data. So similarly in PHP we can create a form and can collect user data to insert maybe or use it for other operations. PHP can send and receive cookies. PHP can add, delete, modify data in your database. It can easily interact with the database server, web server. So obviously it can perform all these operations. PHP can encrypt data. Now, encryption is one of the ways to keep the user's data safe. So PHP can encrypt data. So that is one of the most biggest advantages of PHP. Then lastly, why PHP? Why should one use PHP? PHP runs on various platforms. It is platform independent. You can use it on Windows, Linux, Mac OS operating system, etc. It is compatible with almost all servers used today. So there are many web servers that are available, and PHP is compatible with most of those web servers. So because of its compatibility, it's quite popular. PHP supports a wide range of databases. It can easily interact with MySQL database and Oracle and many more databases. Fourth, PHP is free. You can download it from the official website. This is the official website of PHP. From there, you can easily download it. PHP is easy to learn and runs efficiently on the server side. So it's not much complicated to learn PHP. It's a straightforward language and runs quite efficiently on the server side. So this was about the PHP, just an introduction about PHP. Thank you.